What up, everyone? I want to talk to you today about politics and why it's been turning me off lately. For those who know me, they know politics have interested me quite a bit over the years. Ever since I actually became old enough to vote, I've actually wanted to care about the process and politics in general. However, the older I've got, the more elections I've participated in, the more jaded I have become to the point where I can't even get any of the joy out of it that I ever could before. I honestly find it mind-numbing at this point, and I personally don't see how it can change in the future, for me at least. So, what has happened to me to get me so jaded? Well, first off, I know you're probably going to think, oh, how naive. When I was in my studies, high school, post-secondary, whatever, I didn't really take a lot of political classes. I didn't study political science. The only education I have is the civics courses we have to do in high school, as well as a Politics 101 class, I guess you would call it. Just more showed you what the three levels of government were and how they work, just so you'd have a rough understanding. This was a class that I had to take for my journalism diploma. So other than that, I haven't studied it too deeply in deeper studies. It's just been more a personal thing that I like to follow. Now, although I have said that I am turned off by it, I still do follow it. However, it is maddening at this point. So what has gotten me jaded? In those classes, I, like everyone else, I guess, fell for the idea that, oh, politics is about all these people with different opinions, different backgrounds, different everything, coming together for the greater good of the country and the greater good of the country, greater good of the province, the town, city, whatever, coming together for the greater good, putting the differences aside and doing what's best. And right there, I know the first thing that comes to my mind is how fucking naive. How fucking naive could I have been? Because that is not what they do at all. If you follow politics lately, whether it be in Canada, whether it be in the US, or wherever, it's always teams. We gotta prevent that team from getting any of their policies, and we gotta get all of our own. I'm sorry, but that is complete bullshit. A political party's line has nothing to do with what's best for anybody but themselves. It's maddening. Now, why does it end up this way? I don't know why it's ended up this way. I can only give you what I think is the cause for it becoming this way. Personally, I can't stand that there's a position in a political party called the party whip. Now, this person, their job as whip is to maintain party discipline. Now, what this means is when it comes to voting in the House of Commons and a council, not a council chamber, we don't have political parties on a municipal level. That is a good thing. However, federal, provincial, the party whip maintains discipline of the parties, the members of that party, in the provincial and the federal level. So what this means is, when it comes to a vote that the party really wants a certain outcome, the party whip essentially makes the MPs, the MLAs, MNAs, MPPs, whatever you call them in your province, vote the way the party wants. Essentially, it is they go up to the individual representative and say, "We need you to vote this way, and if you don't, well, you'll have these consequences to face." How is that democratic? How is that representing us? We send these people to the legislatures, to the House of Commons, or whatever you call it in your province. We send them to represent us. They're supposed to be our voice in those processes. So if they're not going to represent us, who are they really representing? We have it. I've already told you, they're parties. They have no loyalty to us. If parties really want to represent us, they wouldn't have what we call party whips. And it disgusts me that these jobs exist. Now that is one thing that has turned me off politics. Now I alluded to another thing earlier, I'm going to get in more detail about that, is the playing for teams. Instead of coming together and trying to iron out an idea that will help the most people and really iron out the details, help the most people, and have the least and minimize any risks or negative effects a plan can have. They don't do that. It's always, paint you a picture. The Liberals propose this, the Conservatives automatically have to be against it. It has to be, to them, the dumbest idea ever. We can't let any of it happen. There are no benefits to this. It's harebrained, it's dumb. Could never be implemented, hurt the people, blah blah blah, a million of excuses. So it was the same thing on the other side. Conservatives propose something, you're uncaring, you have no empathy, you're a bigot, blah blah blah. Again, list of excuses. It has never come together to find out what is best for the people and propose a plan or legislation, anything that benefits everybody or benefits the most people it can possibly benefit. They don't do this. They would rather have their own agendas than actually collaborate, which is what I thought this was supposed to be. Again, I know, how naive. This is why our process is broken. Personally, I don't think parties will change. I think as long as they have whips, they won't change. As long as they have people that desperately want to win at all costs, they won't change. So personally, I think the political party's idea is antiquated and needs to be cut. Needs to be replaced. We could come up with something better. Municipalities, at the municipal level, they don't have parties. It's individuals. Nobody says there is a party. They may have a membership to a party, but they're not representing that party on council. Maybe we do that nationally, maybe we do that provincially. But when there are barriers to them actually representing us, voting on things that would benefit us, or voting against things that would benefit us, or however, this is why it's broken. This is why voter turnout is sinking. Mandatory voting is not going to fix fuck all if we don't tackle party whips and getting accountability to the people that are supposed to be representing us. They don't represent their parties, they represent us. We're the ones that choose them. However, I don't feel it's going to change anytime soon, and half the time I feel people aren't listening. It goes in here, one out the other, overheads, whatever. But as long as you keep going down the same road you're going, don't expect things to get any better. Start representing us, and maybe we will start giving a fuck about you. Anyway, Gord Fortin signing off. Thank you for watching.